about how we need to abolish the voting age to empower, to eliminate all restrictions on voting to make sure that suffrage is universal to all people, especially teenagers, children, and yes, babies and fetuses. And so lately I've been working with organic orgasmic birth mothers and midwives, as well as our first activists, as well as the National Youth Rights Association. I'm sure that many of the callers here have not heard of either of those things, but y'all got Google and internet privilege, so go ahead and search it up. And also, as far as defunding the police, the last caller clearly was indoctrinated, as most of us have been indoctrinated through the school system, to worship and believe in the police state, as well as the military and the prison industrial complex as well. All of those new things need to be seriously defunded and held accountable, and if necessary, abolished. That completes most of my comment. But as a House's person, I see the budgets for the police, the military, and prisons. Often those things are always funded, but however, it would take a fraction of their budgets, if just defunded, to actually address the housing for all crisis. We can have housing for all people, and we can have job training to actually get people into jobs they actually enjoy to increase the happiness index of our country. We are not the happiest nation in the world. There are lots of nations that are happier than us. And due to colonialism and white power imperialism, not everyone has the privilege of being able to immigrate to wherever they want to go. And I'm not saying all colonizers, okay, white people have the ability to immigrate as well. I'm saying that
wrap up your comments. You have 10 seconds.
I got 10 seconds. Okay, well, hashtag Bill Tammy Stadium. That's my comment.
Thank you. Next is Z.
Yeah. Hi, thank you. I'm an Aurora resident in Ward 2, Councilmember Johnston's area. And I'm just requesting if there could be better communication from the Streets Department. We have an ongoing construction project that is on North Gun Club Road at East 6th Avenue, and it's resulted in a street closure of several weeks. What this does is it prohibits access to I-70 westbound. It's a substantial detour where you essentially have to double back, go onto East 6th Parkway, which is the Stephen Hogan Parkway, take Piccadilly North, go on Colfax West, then up Tower Road to get to I-70. The question that I had was I contacted the Streets Department today to ask how long this project is going to be underway, and they actually could not give me a completion date. So I was wondering if there could be some sort of road closure sign, similar to when you were doing construction for the Hogan Parkway, that would say road closed through, and then give an estimated month and year perhaps. She told me on the phone that she thought that the construction could last for up to 1 year. It's a little bit surprising because there hasn't been a lot of communication regarding that major closure of access to a major freeway, I-70. Also, if you are heading eastbound on I-70 and you exit at E-470, you are forced to take E-470 highway to get to 6th Parkway. So you have to take a toll road to go south. So I just kind of wanted to mention the impacts that, this closure has to residents, and any type of end date signage would be very much appreciated. And then in closing, I just wanted to make a comment really quick about the study session. As I'm in support of the AFR cost recovery initiative. Even if it's not adopted in whole, there are components of it that I think would really benefit cost recovery efforts, such as fees for initial fire inspections, lift assist, and then of course the treat no transport, which I did hear some concern from some council members, but there are still some elements of that that I think could really be beneficial to recovering those costs. Thank you for your time.
Mayor?
Next is
Mayor Pro Tem Johnson.
Hi, I don't know if the caller's still on. We used to be able to capture their information, so I just want to make sure that we can follow up with the last caller and her concerns.
That's a great question. We'll see what we can do, and we'll certainly pass that feedback along. Cindy Collop is actually on the line, so she was able to hear that, and we can certainly follow up as best we can.
Okay, thank you.
Please proceed.
All right, next is Samantha Walsh.
Hi, my comment is related to the marijuana ordinance. I know it was pulled off of the docket
but we still would like to just speak to what was proposed. I represent a group called the Black, Brown, and Red Badge Coalition, as well as Simply Pure, which is the first licensed Black-owned dispensary in the nation. And the Black, Brown, and Red Badge Coalition is a group of Black and Brown cannabis business owners in Colorado who are fully supportive of social equity and expanding business opportunities. We noticed that during study session, it was brought up about potential lawsuits if Aurora were to proceed with exclusivity for transporter licenses for delivery. And they had brought up an instance recently in Los Angeles where there's been a suit filed against those, the exclusive licensing for delivery. We just wanted to clear something up with that particular lawsuit. The people that have brought the suit, those trade groups, brought that suit because they, not to get rid of the exclusivity for social equity, but to include existing operators to be able to deliver, which is exactly what Aurora is being proposed in this second ordinance. So I really do feel that the fear that's being put out there for threat of lawsuits by certain industry operators is overstated. And it's actually really concerning that there are existing operators who would put that fear into city council about lawsuits and try to steer the council away from doing what's right, which is trying to right the wrongs of the drug war by providing opportunities for business owners of color to enter into the Colorado cannabis space. This is about fairness and opportunity, and we really believe that the proposal that is supported by Councilwoman Coombs and Councilwoman Johnston is the way to go. And we appreciate all the hard work that the Amendment 64 ad hoc committee has been putting into this. And we look forward to supporting a fair and equal opportunity for social equity candidates to get into the cannabis space. Thank you.
Next is Yadira.
Good evening. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello? Yes, okay. Well, my name is Yadira Silva, and I am a qualified for social equity applicant, and I would like to have the opportunity to participate in delivery in Aurora. Now, allowing the third-party transporter license to be distributed exclusively to social equity applicants for a period of 36 months would provide a true opportunity for social equity applicants in this new market segment. That's why I wanted to let you guys know that capital is a number one barrier that has kept us from operating into this industry. We have investigated that the cost associated with transporter startups, it runs from $50,000 using 1 to 2 vehicles up to $300,000 using 5 to 7 vehicles. So, in my own perspective and experience, lowering the transporter license fee to $650 will be a very helpful. Nonetheless, it will not make us such a big impact because we will certainly need more education to fulfill better this program. To finish my comment is that I am asking the council, the city councils, to move forward with the ordinance where it will allow the 36 months exclusively period on licensing, distribution for transporter license, and delivery permit for a third-party transporter, a business to customers delivery to a social equity applicant only, because that will affect, that will obviously help us since we are at a lower economically impacted. That's my comment, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Next is Truman Bradley.
Hi, members of council. Thank you very much. My name is Truman Bradley. I'm the executive director for the Marijuana Industry Group. I represent the licensed business community statewide here in Colorado. I'm speaking about the marijuana ordinance that you guys are considering, and I just want to commend council for really going with interjurisdictional delivery or reciprocity. I think that that will create uniformity in delivery rules across different municipalities. Aurora is one of the first, and this will help set the tone for fairness, transparency, and ease of operations. It will ensure that cannabis dispensaries as well as transporters have a chance to successfully deliver marijuana to patients and consumers, both inside Aurora as well as outside. I also think that reciprocity will increase the tax revenue to the city of Aurora. As you know, sales taxes are remitted to the city and county in which the sale is made. By allowing interjurisdictional delivery, you'll have more deliveries into Aurora. And lastly, this is what's best for Aurora residents. This allows patients and customers to have the most choice in selecting their provider of medicine as well as specific products. Thank you for your time.
Next is Adrian.
Hi there. Thank you for letting me speak tonight. I was calling in regards to the 1471 BSL for Aurora. I just wanted to say that I've been in dog rescue for 9+ years. None of the dogs I have worked with, the dogs meaning pit bulls, have ever had any type of behavior issues. They've all been adopted into homes and are thriving there. I also believe that the cost of enforcing BSL and being an Aurora resident, I see that it's ineffective as you see pit bulls all over Aurora. It's not effective by making the community safer by any means. I think that BSL only perpetuates incidents. The ability to get people training, socialization, veterinary care is how we can keep the community safe when it comes to aggressive dog issues. The fact is, I believe that it should be removed the same way it was implemented through its city council vote. The 2013 ballot question was designed to fail, and the fact that Denver, Castle Rock, and Fort Lupton have eliminated it by a landslide of votes is a good indicator of how it would go for, should it go forward. I'm just asking to please remove 1475 the same way it was implemented so we can all focus on other issues like training and education for the community. As we all know, BSL is not working in Aurora and it's wasted funds. Thank you for your time.
Next is Shannon Fender.
Yes, good evening. My name is Shannon Fender. I'm the Director of Public Affairs for Native Roots Cannabis. Want to thank Council and to the Amendment 64 Ad Hoc Committee for your work tonight and over the last several months. As some of you may know, Native Roots is the first business in Colorado to be issued a delivery permit, and we have been doing so for our patients since March in Boulder. We are very grateful for the opportunity to engage with you on delivery, particularly as it pertains to opportunity for social equity and creating competition and revenue for Aurora's residents through opting into cross-jurisdictional delivery. I did just want to note, while this issue is fresh with some council members, regarding taxes and cross-jurisdictional delivery, Superior and Lafayette have both allowed sales into their cities from Boulder, and so we have been facilitating those deliveries as well as collecting the tax, and then will appropriately remit it to those cities as well. As the operator, we are responsible for both tracking and remitting those sales taxes to those cities. Regarding the concern for the Amazon model, there were other businesses in Longmont, which recently opted into medical delivery. And there was a proposal from businesses in Longmont to ban deliveries from transporters which originate at an off-premise storage facility, which is an off-site warehouse that would be needed to effectuate this type of a business plan. And I want to make clear that I am not advocating for this. I just want to let the council members know that if this is a concern, this is how other local jurisdictions have decided how to handle that concern. And there is state legislation proposed to address this issue in 2021, but that is something that council could consider if that is a concern. And then finally, I want to clarify that from our perspective as a retail marijuana store, we do not believe the language is explicitly clear that we can work with a transporter to facilitate deliveries. And so we do ask for continued explicit clarification in the next draft of the ordinance that all state licensed businesses with a valid delivery permit may conduct those deliveries. And I did propose in the letter that I sent to council language that has been adopted, such as in Longmont, which recently just opted in. Thank you again so much for your time tonight.
Thank you. Next is Michael Terry.
My name is Michael Terry, owner and founder of Amorphous Bully Camp, an Aurora-based small business that had to be relocated due to the outdated policy of Ordinance 1475. Don't bully my bully. If BSL cost them $500,000 to place it on the ballot, it's being wasted. There are $31 million missing in the city's general fund, is what you guys just said a few moments ago in the study session. The city of Denver is putting the ordinance out the window based off of the votes from the citizens. Why is the city of Aurora not doing the same thing? The young man, Neo, who's the other reason the city of Aurora placed this into law back 28 years ago, has come out publicly since then and said that he now currently owns an American Pit Bull Terrier and says that it wasn't the animal's fault all those years ago that did the traumatic accident with him and doesn't blame the animal. That's why he currently owns one of those dogs. I've come to you folks over the last 2 years and spent countless hours in front of most of you speaking on this topic and hope that you can find it in yourselves to make a much needed change within the community, which I no longer live in. BSL has been proven that it does actually not make communities safer. I ask, why does it continue to destroy families' opportunities to have a companion as a part of their family in the city of Aurora? When this ordinance is finally removed by you lovely folks, I will do as I said 2.5 years ago and host an American Bully Kennel Club sanctioned show for the community to see these dogs in the light they deserve. I may have moved out of the city, but I am more than happy to commit time into helping the city management come up with programs for the community to train their canines, as well as other ways for the city that can inform its citizens of insurance and other service programs that can help educate them on the handling of their furry companions. I truly miss the city of Aurora and all of my friends and the amazing places my dogs and I were able to experience while I lived there. I hope that one day we can have not just the opportunity to host a show, but buy my forever home. To all of you that have been supportive of this progress, I greatly appreciate all of your time and assistance with this process. So those of you who have opposed views with this process, I say one last thing to you. Please remember to not bully my bully just because you have never given the dogs the time of day due to whatever bias you hold against them. I ask that you have it within your heart to be kind and remember, these are like some families' children in their lives. Repeal this outdated policy and replace it with the dangerous animal ordinance if you guys can't vote it out on council. But this ordinance should be by the city council's members placed on a vote, just like it was put into place. The community around us, the communities around you folks have removed this. Why are we wasting time and continuing to waste money? $500,000 to put it on a ballot. You're missing $31 million in the city general fund. Sounds like you guys need to make a change. Thanks again.
Mayor, that is all the people in the queue to speak during public invited to be heard.
Thank you.
We will now do proclamations. National Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week, whereas the city of Aurora, Colorado is committed to ensuring that its community members are able to achieve their full potential, and whereas each year National Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week is an important reminder that many of our neighbors in the city of Aurora lack food or a safe, stable place to call home, which prevents them from reaching their full potential. And whereas the city of Aurora recognizes that if we work together, hunger and homelessness are solvable, and whereas the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic has increased the number of citizens needing help, thus expanding the city's aid to include rental assistance, outreach, and additional food banks. And whereas in partnership with the city of Aurora, the Aurora at Home Collaborative organizations are committed to connecting residents to available services, implementing public policy and initiatives, and encouraging all citizens to lend a hand. And whereas the city of Aurora has sourced marijuana tax revenue of $3 million annually to exchange the to enhance the hunger and homelessness outreach to find lasting solutions for all citizens experiencing homelessness, housing insecurity, and hunger, including the City of Aurora Rental Assistance Program to help during this unprecedented time. Now, therefore, I, Mike Coffin, Mayor of the City of Aurora, do hereby proclaim November 15th to the 21st, 2020 as National Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week in the City of Aurora, Colorado, and encouraging all residents to speak up, volunteer, donate goods, donate funds to the city's House Aurora Partnership, and ask their leaders to commit to making homelessness and hunger history within our community. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Aurora, Colorado to be affixed on this 16th day of November 2020, Mike Hoffman, Mayor. We have one more. 50th anniversary of Defense Support Program satellite launch. Whereas the United States launched the first of 23 Defense Support Program satellites on November 6, 1970, with the primary mission of detecting and providing a strategic warning of intercontinental ballistic missiles launches against the United States and Canada. And whereas over the last 50 years, while on continuous alert, the Defense Support Program has continually improved satellite capability, survivability, and life expectancy, while the centralized operations center antennas and ground data processing systems at Buckley Air Force Base have undergone extensive enhancements, thus extending the satellite lifespan by 250%. And whereas the upgraded capabilities enabled a warning of a tactical ballistic missile launch, missiles launched against the United States and Canada forces during Desert Shield, Desert Storm, as well as Iraqi Scud missile launches against Israel, and during an Iranian missile attack in January 2020 against American service members stationed in Iraq, prevented the death of U.S. Military personnel. And whereas the space data for the space data Delta 4 at Buckley Air Force Base commands these and all overhead persistent infrared missile warning assets with consolidated command and control of weapon systems traversing various orbits in space to provide strategic warning of missile launches and nuclear detonations to United States military command centers and the National Command Authority, as well as command centers in Canada and other allied nations. And whereas numerous men and women who are and have been involved with the defense support program in the U.S. military careers, as well as U.S. government civil servants, civilian contractors, and military from Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom. Call Aurora home. Now, therefore, I, Mike Hoffman, do hereby proclaim the day of November 6, 2020, as 50th anniversary of Defense Support Program satellite launch in Aurora, Colorado, to celebrate and give thanks for the contributions of our citizens and our military residents who are and were involved in the Defense Support Program. A long history of keeping the peace and winning the Cold War, as well as protecting the United States and allied forces worldwide, and witness whereof I have herein to set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Aurora, Colorado, to be affixed on this 16th day of November 2020. Mike Hoffman, Mayor. Adoption of the agenda.
Johnston?
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes, I move to, sorry, I'm getting a little echo, to adopt the agenda with removing item 13A.
I believe you have the option to do a continuance for that item if you would like.
Oh, great. Okay. So I move to adopt the agenda with a continuance of 13A
to December 7th.
To December 7th.
Okay.
Second, Dave Gruber.
It's been moved by Mayor Pro Tem, seconded by Councilmember Dave Gruber to adopt the agenda with the extension of item number 13A to 7 December. Discussion? Seeing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Give me just 1 second. Okay. Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
And Mayor Kaufman.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Clerk, now please read the title of item number 8A.
Yes. Item 8A, this is a reconsideration of the resolution 2020-24 to suspend certain council rules.
A motion.
Mayor.
Councilmember Coombs. It's been moved by Councilmember Coombs, seconded by
Second.
Councilmember Marcano to approve item number 8A. Discussion? Seeing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 8A?
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Thank you. Consent calendar. A motion to approve item number 9A through G.
Yes, Mayor. Motion to approve 9A through 9G.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Bergen, seconded by Councilmember Berzins to approve item number 9A through 9G. Discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the approval of item number 9A through 9G of the consent calendar?
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner,
Yes.
Councilmember Burzins,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo,
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Susan, did you want a 5-minute break here?
Yes, this is another opportunity where we would like to go ahead and do an announcement for the public call-in line. So Patty, if you can unmute the call-in line, and then we'll take a quick 5-minute break to allow people to queue for resolutions. So if anyone is listening or watching from home and you are interested in speaking on a resolution, we'll have that announcement and then we'll take 5 minutes.
The time is now 8:23. We will reconvene at 8:28.
Mayor, if we can do that announcement first, that'd be great.
Okay.
Residents who would like to speak on a resolution or ordinance and have not already been screened, please press *3 before the item is called by the clerk. For those watching on Channel 8, please call 855-695-3475 to be connected and then press *3. Council will take a short break to allow for additional speakers to be signed up. Again, please be patient and stay on the line until an operator is able to take down your information.
Time is now 8:24. We will reconvene at 8:29. The council stands in recess.
Yes, Mayor, we are.
Okay. The regular meeting of November 16th, 2020 will reconvene. And let's see. Would the clerk please read the title of item number 10A?
Yes. This is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, expressing the Aurora City Council's approval to deascension and remove the work of art called On the Move 1 from the city's art collection.
Motion?
Mayor, so moved.
It's been moved by Councilmember Gruber, second by Councilmember Coombs, to adopt item number 10A. Discussion? Seeing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10A?
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
And Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Will the clerk please read the title of item number 10B?
This is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, expressing the Aurora City Council support for the 2020 Homelessness Services RFP committee recommendation for the Mile High Behavioral Health LLC doing business as Aurora Day Resource Center from the Marijuana Sales Tax Fund grant.
Motion?
Mayor.
Councilmember Coombs. It's been moved by Councilmember Coombs, seconded by Councilmember Marcano to approve item number 10B. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, would the staff please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10B?
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
No.
And Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
The item passes 9-1.
Would clerk now please read the title of item number 10C?
This is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the 2020 operating plan and budget for Parkside at City Center Business Improvement District.
Motion? Councilmember Berzins?
Thank you. Move to approve 10C.
It's been moved by Councilmember Berzins, seconded by Councilmember Lawson to approve item number 10C. Discussion? Seeing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10C?
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that was a yes? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry. It just kind of wasn't coming clear on my end. Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 10D?
Yes, this is a consideration to approve a resolution by the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado for an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Aurora and the State of Colorado Department of Transportation for the Community Mobility Planning and Implementation grant funding for the 25th Avenue Pedestrian Improvement Project.
Motion. Motion.
Mayor, move to approve.
Been moved by Councilmember Coombs, seconded by
Bergen.
Councilmember Bergen to approve item number 10D. Discussion? Seeing none, would clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10D?
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
And Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Will clerk now please read the title to item number 10E?
10E, this is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado for an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Aurora and the Colorado Department of Transportation for the operation and maintenance of state highways.
Motion.
Mayor.
Councilmember Marcano.
Thank you. Move to approve 10E.
Been moved by Councilmember Marcano, seconded by
Berzins.
Councilmember Berzins to approve item number 10E. Discussion?
Yes, Mayor.
Councilmember Bergen.
Question for staff. This is an agreement with the state of Colorado to that the city will actually maintain certain state highways, and it has Havana Street, 6th Avenue, and Colfax Avenue listed. Do we maintain Gun Club Road, which is a state highway north of Quincy? Is that part of that agreement or not?
Staff.
This is Tom McMenamin, I'm Street Operations Manager. That does not include that. It's only State Highway 30, which is Havana north of Parker to 6th Avenue, and then 6th Avenue over to Airport, and Colfax, which is State Highway 40 from Yosemite east to Tower.
Is there a reason why the other highway would not have been included? Because you get reimbursed by the state. So just wondering.
There was an IGA when Alameda was built, when the bridge on Alameda was built. There was some exchange for the ramps on Alameda. CDOT maintains those, and we do Tower Road. Gun Club, yeah, I would have to look at that. We do not have an agreement with CDOT to maintain Gun Club North there.
So I guess if we could just check into that in the future, because I get a lot of constituents asking why we don't widen it, and I keep telling them it's a state highway. So just wondering on the maintenance if there was any agreement.
There's a lot of jurisdictions that have some operational maintenance activities going on in Gun Club north of Quincy. I believe there's some pieces of, I think there's some pieces of Adams County there, and I know that we have some small pieces in there, and then there is also CDOT, but I can get a clarification for you.
Councilmember Bergen, this is Nancy Freed. I might add that there has been discussion in the past, but the issue is the state is not willing to bring Gun Club up to city standards. So we have not been, that's been an issue in us maintaining it.
Further discussion on item number 10D. Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of item number 10E. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
And Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
The item passes unanimously.
The clerk now please read the title of item number 10F.
This is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, expressing the Aurora City Council's approval and agreement between the City of Aurora, Colorado and Comitas Crisis Center, Inc. for Comitas to operate the city's e-shelter.
Motion,
Mayor,
Councilmember Marcano.
move to approve 10F.
Second.
Moved by Councilmember Marcano, second by Councilmember Coombs to approve item number 10F. Discussion?
Yes, Mayor?
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes, I am reading the budget. It's really little, hard to see. And so I just wondering, it looks different from the other one we had. Can staff tell me, is the total cost to operate it $1,215,174, which is the $963,174 added to the $252?
Councilmember Bergen, that is correct, except for we reduced that overall amount by about $100,000 of one-time costs that we have put towards CARES money. And so we are calculating that total cost off about 1.1 million. And these are estimated costs, again, you know, with estimates on the high side, just not knowing exactly what the costs will be. But yes, that's the number, just subtracting about 100,000 from that went to one-time funds.
Okay,
utilizing CARES money.
Yeah, so, and the CARES money through the end of December, and then the other funds are not general fund, it's different funds.
That's correct. It's emergency solutions grant money through HUD that is specifically noted for COVID-related expenses and has specific things that it can be spent on. And so Aurora received a formulaic distribution of ESG funds specifically related for COVID and homelessness prevention and homelessness services.
And then this is a significant amount of money, you know, even though it doesn't come out of the general fund. So I guess my question to you on behalf of taxpayers and our residents is, do you think this amount of money is going to be valuable for our homeless population? Because it's basically we're doing this warehouse because the Day Resource Center has a max capacity of 50 people due to the pandemic and the social distancing. So we're anticipating a possibly up to 100 people utilizing the warehouse, possibly every night, possibly not. Was there any other alternative, I guess is my question.
Yes, so staff along with our partners looked at different options starting back over the summer to identify additional square footage, which is really what's needed to spread folks out due to social distancing and COVID. We considered, you know, utilizing hotels for this. We also considered, you know, utilizing other spaces that would be distributed throughout the community, putting maybe 20 people at distributed different sites. And this one rose to the top in terms of cost efficiency and being able to keep people safe and warm and being able to aggregate those services while still utilizing the services that we currently have in the community as the Aurora Day Resource Center is sort of a check-in point and making sure that people can get health checks there as well. So alternatives were considered. In this one, the city, along with partners, decided this was the best recommendation for this winter.
Further discussion?
Mayor Dave Gruber.
Councilmember Gruber.
Jessica, I had a question that I first brought up at study session about some sort of performance metric, some way to measure whether or not the you know, the hundreds of thousands of dollars that we're spending is actually making a difference. And you had mentioned that there were performance metrics built into this contract that weren't in the original draft. Could you address those in a little more detail?
So the performance metrics I think we discussed were part of the homeless services RFP process. Those are multi-year agreements where we'll be tracking certainly the performance. In this instance, for this additional shelter, everything will be tracked using HMIS, which is the standard practice for anything that's utilizing HUD dollars and especially the emergency solution grant dollars of HUD. So every person that utilizes the shelter will have a check-in process, and not only for health check, but they'll be entered into the HMIS system. We'll be able to understand how many nights different individuals utilize the service. We'll be able to see if they're, being tracked in terms of taking advantage of other services available at the Day Resource Center as well. And so then when they're utilizing any services in the community that track HMIS. So that's the major way that we will be, understanding the outcome of this, how many people are being served and utilizing the emergency shelter.
Okay, that was my understanding as well, is because after reading the contract, that is the only performance measure that we have in there, and that is the contractor will be evaluated in how soon they enter the information into the homeless management information system. And I guess I was expecting maybe a little bit more than that on how the operation was supposed to run, how it was going to be evaluated, how it would be graded, and so on. Because it seems to me the only thing that we were measuring will be, did you put the name in the system? And it's a yes or no question.
Again, this is, emergency sheltering. We, the system will also show things like rapid rehousing. It can show connections with mental health service providers. It can show those things as well. It's not just, a name of an individual. So the service will be utilized that way using HMIS. This is not sort of the same performance measures that we would be utilizing when we're working to house individuals and keep people stably housed, like some of our other programs do.
Thank you.
Further discussion?
Just a follow up on that.
Yes.
So I understand this is emergency housing for the winter only, but so you're going to measure people coming in, but wouldn't you be measuring if, I would hope that they're not just housed there for cold nights, but that there's possibly resources that could move them out of their homelessness situation? Would that be tracked?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the reason why we're still having folks check in at the Day Resource Center, because we do have the staff there that can work with folks. They can, meet with a social worker in the afternoons. They can get access to other needs. They can get connected with the county human services folks, or like I said, other, medical or mental health services as well. So that is the other, key reason to have everybody check in at a certain point. Check-in will start several hours earlier in the afternoon so that people can utilize those services at the Day Resource Center.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of item number 10F. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen. Yes. Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
No.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
And Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
That item passes 9-1.
Would the clerk please read the title on item number 10G?
This is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado for the amended and restated intergovernmental agreement between the Regional Transportation District and the City of Aurora for the design, construction, maintenance, marketing, and patron access administration of on-demand bike lockers.
Motion?
Mayor.
Councilmember Marcano.
Thank you. Move to approve 10G.
It's been moved by Councilmember Marcano, seconded by
Second.
Councilmember Lawson to approve item number 10G. Discussion? Seeing none, would the clerk please read the title on the adoption of item number 10G?
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Burzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen. Councilmember Bergen.
Aye, yes.
And Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Will the clerk please read the title to item number 10H?
This is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the 2021 operating plan and budget for the Tower Business District.
Motion.
Mayor, move to approve 10H.
Moved by Councilmember Gruber, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Johnston to approve item number 10H. Discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10H?
Councilmember Burzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Marquano.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
And Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 10I?
This is a consideration to approve a resolution by the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the purchase of 15 shares of the Farmers Independent Ditch Company and 144 acres of land the water was historically used to irrigate for the total purchase price. I apologize, that title got crossed. 1 second.
Motion.
That works.
Mayor Burzins.
Councilmember Burzins.
Thank you. Move to approve 10I.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Burzins, seconded by Councilmember Coombs to approve item number 10I. Discussion? Questions?
Mayor, I see that we have Alex Davis here ready to give some comments on this issue.
Alex.
Certainly. Good evening. This is 15 shares of the Farmers Independent Ditch Company stock, which we are purchasing from the Booz. It is expected to yield approximately 131.6 acre feet on an average year and 113 acre feet on a dry year. Part of the required purchase, if we wanted to buy the Independent Ditch Company stock, was to purchase a home and farm as well. So part of the purchase is a 144 acre farm with a residential home. It has a center pivot sprinkler, a detached building, hay storage, and 3 wells. The water, we're purchasing the water rights for $1.875 million, which is $125,000 per share or $15,391 per acre foot on average. The house might be used for a caretaker home, or the city can sell it in the future if we don't have a use for it or can't find a use for it. The three supplemental irrigation wells, 2 of them have been abandoned and 1 is still active and is currently augmented through a contract with the groundwater management sub-district of Central Colorado Water Conservancy District. The total price for the water, land, and the improvements is $3,070,000.
Further discussion?
Any questions?
Questions? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of item number 10I. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner,
Yes.
and Councilmember Burzins.
Yes.
The item passes unanimously. Thank you.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 10 J?
Yes, this is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the 2021 operating plan and budget for the Painted Prairie Business Improvement District.
Motion.
10J.
It's been moved by Councilmember Gruber, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Johnston to approve item number 10J. Discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10J?
Councilmember Hiltz,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Councilmember Burzins,
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs,
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner,
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Would the clerk now please read the title of item number 10K?
This is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the 2021 operating plan and budget for the Painted Prairie Business Improvement District Number 1.
Motion.
Mayor, move to approve 10K.
Moved by Councilmember Gruber, seconded by
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston to approve item number 10J. Discussion? Seeing none, I'm sorry, 10K. Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of item number 10K. Would staff please call the roll?
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo,
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner,
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs,
Yes.
Councilmember Burzins,
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
and Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
The item passes unanimously.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 10L?
So it's a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the 2021 operating plan and budget for the Fitzsimmons Improvement District.
Motion.
Mayor.
Councilmember Coombs. Councilmember Burzins.
Thank you. Move to approve 10L.
It's been moved by Councilmember Burzins, seconded by
Second, Gruber.
Councilmember Gruber to approve item number 10L. Discussion? Seeing none, then would the clerk please read would the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10L?
Councilmember Gardner,
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo,
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs,
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
and Councilmember Burzins.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 10M?
This is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the 2021 operating plan and budget for the Havana Business Improvement District.
Motion.
Move to approve 10M.
Moved by
Second.
Councilmember Gruber, seconded by Councilmember Marcano to approve item number 10M. Discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10M?
Councilmember Burzins,
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz,
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs,
Yes.
Councilmember Modio,
Yes.
and Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Clerk, now please read the title of item number 10N.
Yes, give me just. This is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the 2021 operating plan and budget for the Citadel and Colfax Business Improvement District.
Motion.
Mayor, move to approve.
It's been moved by Councilmember Coombs, seconded by
Bergen.
Councilmember Bergen to approve item number 10N. Discussion. Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10N?
Councilmember Gardner,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Councilmember Modio,
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs,
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
and Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 10O?
Yes, this is a consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, approving the 2021 operating plan and budget for the Porteos Business Improvement District.
Mayor, move to approve 10O.
Moved by Councilmember Gruber, seconded by
Berzins.
Councilmember Berzins to approve item number 10O. Discussion. Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 10O?
Yes. Councilmember Berzins,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz,
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs,
Yes.
Councilmember Modio,
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
Yes.
and Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously as well.
On these two public hearings, can they be combined as one, or do we have to do them separately? I mean, can we?
That is a little bit later in the evening with the annexations, Mayor.
Public hearing with related ordinance, number 11.
We do not have any items there.
Okay, number 12.
Nope.
13, introduction of ordinances. Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 13A?
Mayor, this is the item that we continued earlier, but with us moving into the ordinances portion of the evening, we'd like to take another opportunity to do an announcement for folks for the call-in line.
Okay.
And take a 5-minute break to allow folks to have an opportunity to call in. So Patty, if you can unmute that call-in line, that'd be great.
Are you going to give the announcement then? Okay.
Residents who would like to speak on an ordinance and have not already been screened, please press *3 before the item is called by the clerk. For those watching on Channel 8, please call 855-695-3475 to be connected and then press *3. Council will take a short break to allow for any additional speakers to sign up. Again, be patient and stay on the line until the operator is able to take down your information.
The time is 9:09. City Council will stand in recess until, I'm sorry, the time is 9:04. City Council will stand in recess until 9:09. p.m.
And I saw you walk across the road for maybe the last time, I don't know. Feeling horrible, heard the rumble on the railway track. And when I hear the whistle blow, I'll walk away and you won't know that I'll be crying. Because I can't stop loving you. No, I can't stop loving you. No, I won't stop loving you. Why should I? I'll always be here by your side. I never wanted to say goodbye. I'm always here if you change your mind. So you're leaving in the morning on the early train. Well, I could say everything's alright, and I could pretend and say goodbye, but that would be lying. Because I can't stop loving you. Can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. I won't stop loving you. Stop loving you. Why should I? Why should I even try? Because I can't stop loving you. Can't stop. No, I can't stop loving you. It's all no, I want to stop loving you. Why should I? Why should I? Why should I? Tell me why. Why should I even try? I could hardly believe it when I heard the news today. I had to come and get it straight from you. They said you were leaving, someone swept your heart away. From that look on your face, I see it's true. So tell me all about it. Tell me about the plans you're making. Oh, tell me one thing more before I go. Tell me, how am I supposed to live without you? Now that I've been loving you so long, how am I supposed to live without you? And how am I supposed to carry on when all that I've been living for is gone?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Let's see, will the clerk please read the title of item number 13A?
Mayor, this is the item that we continue to December 7th, so we are on to 14A.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 14A?
Yes, this is ordinance 2020-60 for an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, amending section 37 of the City Code of the City of Aurora, Colorado, relating to municipal court surcharges and providing funding for the community services agencies, programs, and other related matters.
Mayor,
The motion, Councilmember Lawson.
Mayor, I move for 14A for final passage.
That's been moved by Councilmember Lawson, seconded by
Coombs.
Councilmember Coombs to approve item number 14A. Discussion? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of item number 14A. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Yes. Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
The ordinance passes unanimously.
Would the clerk now please read the title of item number 14B?
This is 2020-61, an ordinance for the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, amending Chapter 102 of the City Code for the City of Aurora, Colorado, relating to the money purchase plan for executive personnel.
Motion.
Mayor, move to approve 14B.
It's been moved by Councilmember Gruber, seconded by
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnson to approve item number 14B. Discussion? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of item number 14B. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
And Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Thank you. The item passes unanimously.
Would the clerk now please read the title of item number 14C?
This is 2020-62, and introduction of the, sorry, this is not an introduction of the ordinance. This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, vacating 3 sections of public right-of-way for East 56th Avenue located between the Tibet Road, Harvest Road, and Harvest Road alignments in the City of Aurora, County of Adams, State of Colorado, otherwise known as the 56th Avenue right-of-way vacations.
Motion.
Mayor, move to approve.
It's been moved by Councilmember Coombs, seconded by
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnson to approve item number 14C. Discussion? Would the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 14C?
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz. Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes. Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Would the clerk now please read the title of item number 14D?
This is 2020-64, an ordinance for the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, amending Chapter 26, adding Article 3, referred to as the temporary cap on fees for food delivery and other related matters.
Motion.
Mayor,
Councilmember Gardner.
motion to approve item 14D.
It's moved by Councilmember Gardner, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Johnson to approve item number 14D. Discussion? Seeing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 14D?
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz,
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Councilmember Burzins,
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Okay, that item passes unanimously.
Would the clerk now please read the title of item number 14E.
This is 14E. This is another reading of 2020-58, a consideration of an ordinance of the City of Aurora, Colorado, repealing and replacing sections 54-2 and sections 54-101 and 54-110 of the city code relating to the financing of electoral campaigns.
Motion.
Mayor,
Mayor Pro Tem Johnson.
move to approve item 14E.
Second.
It's been moved by Mayor Pro Tem Johnson, seconded by
Second.
Councilmember Marcano to approve item number 14E. Discussion. I'd like to move an amendment on section 54-103, subparent C. Upon becoming a candidate under this article, a candidate may not organize, maintain, or control more than one candidate committee at any time. A candidate may not organize, maintain, control, or serve as an officer or treasurer of a political committee or any issue committee. This is really unprecedented and it's blatantly unconstitutional. And I would ask to strike that provision. So I move that amendment. Is there a second?
Second.
That's been moved by Mayor Mike Coughlin, seconded by Councilmember Gruber to strike that provision. Discussion? Further discussion?
Mayor.
Councilmember McConnell.
Thank you. I feel like we're kind of beating a dead horse. I appreciate the amendment, but I think we've already said all that needs to be said on this. I do not believe this is unconstitutional. We've been advised as such. So that's all there is to it.
Can I ask a question? Who advised you?
Sure, Mayor. When we were drafting this, everything that was in here was examined and scrutinized by a combination of our own attorneys during the committee process and especially with the Elections Commission. I believe Dave Lathers was there, and also the attorneys that we were partnering with through Clean Slate Now.
Okay, let me, Mr. Lathers, are you available?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I was actually reading the ordinance.
Okay, did you opine on the constitutionality of this provision?
I do not believe I was asked to opine specifically on the constitutionality of that one provision.
Very well, thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll? Unless further discussion, would the clerk please call the roll on the amendment?
Mayor Kaufman, would you mind repeating your motion for the record before we vote?
The motion is to strike under section 54-103, subparent C, which is upon becoming a candidate under this article, a candidate may not organize, maintain, or control more than one candidate committee at any time. A candidate may not organize, maintain, control, or serve as an officer or treasurer of a political committee or issue committee.
Thank you. Councilmember Lawson. Councilmember Lawson. Councilmember Lawson, I can't hear you, although it looks like you're off mute.
No, the answer is no.
All right, I have Councilmember Lawson as a no vote. Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner,
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
No.
Councilmember Berzins,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
No.
Councilmember Hiltz,
No.
Mayor Kaufman,
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs,
No.
and Councilmember Murillo.
No.
That amendment fails with a vote of 4-7.
Second Amendment on 54-104.5, subparent B, where it's that addresses the issue of the requirement for 5 donors to be on every political ad. And so I need a second to strike that provision.
Second.
Councilmember Marcano had expressed earlier, first he expressed that, oh, this provision was it's in federal and state law. Not true. Then he said after that, he said it's in the city of Boulder. They have it. Well, I have their website right here. And that I think that there maybe the mix-up by Councilmember Marcano is that on the on ballot initiatives, they requires financial information from ballot measure committees supporting or opposing ballot measures on a municipal election ballot. And here's their disclosure: paid for by and the name of the committee and major funding from and name of top 3 contributors. That's on ballot measures only. On independent expenditures, paid for by and then and the natural person's name or the name of the entity. So there's no, there's not even, there's no top donors there. And so this legislation is supposedly best practices, but I think that they were just invented, and they're invented really for the purpose of controlling speech and intimidating opponents, at least this provision. And so I'd renew my motion to strike that provision.
Mayor?
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Could we get an opinion from the city attorney of the repetitiveness of each session, that we can just keep going back to amendments that were not?
Sure. City attorney.
Can't hear you.
Sorry about that. The answer is yes, these are repetitive motions, but we're on a second reading, so they can still be made.
Further discussion?
Mayor?
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes, Councilmember Marcano said last time that he misspoke about the federal reference and that he thought, or he believed, he didn't confirm for sure, that it was Boulder. It really doesn't matter. We've had this full discussion. It's concerning to me that these issues of both the importance of trying to be on multiple issue committees and run campaigns and all that is such a priority, that the issue of more disclosure and accountability is again a priority when it was not given the support last time. So again, I will not be supporting this.
Further discussion?
Mayor.
Let's see. Councilmember Berzins.
Thank you. Well, I agree with you, Mayor Pro Tem Johnston, except that doesn't give anyone an opportunity to change their mind on a vote. You know, we can all change our minds. We do it all the time. So.
Okay, thank you. Further discussion?
Yes, Mayor.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yeah, first, I want to clarify something I said earlier. You'll forgive me. It's actually not Clean Slate, but Common Cause, who we were conferring with in terms of legal advice. And secondly, I have to concur with Councilmember or Mayor Pro Tem Johnston's concerns here. This really, I'm honestly kind of shocked to see, one, the beating of the dead horse, and two, the continued attempts to basically hide information from the public. These are anti-transparency amendments. I think that we need to be setting a better example, quite frankly. So I will not be supporting this.
Further discussion.
Mayor, this is Dave Gruber.
Councilmember Gruber.
So I think that we passed into the absurd. Having 5 names that have to be added to every advertisement, anything that's done for an election campaign is punitive. It's not fair. And again, I think that this ordinance will be challenged on constitutional grounds. And I want to make sure that when the lawyers look at this, that they'll see that at least some of the council members said, yeah, we thought it was unconstitutional as well.
Further discussion. Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the second Kaufman amendment?
Mayor Kaufman.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
No.
Councilmember Gardner.
No.
Councilmember Lawson.
No.
Councilmember Marcano.
No.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
No.
And Councilmember Murillo.
No.
This item also fails with a vote of 4 to 7.
Further discussion on the adoption of item number 14E. Will the clerk then please?
Mayor Dave Gruber, real quick.
Councilmember Gruber.
So since we're beating dead horses again, I just want to point out that although this was originally drafted, allegedly by someone in Aurora, all of the work on this has been done outside of Aurora. This is not an Aurora bill for Aurorans. This is a bill that was crafted outside of Aurora that's been brought to City Council by activists. So I'm going to not support it. And it'll probably pass anyway, but I do not think it's a good bill. I think it violates the Constitution in several locations.
Further discussion. Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of item number 14E. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
No.
Councilmember Gruber.
No.
Councilmember Hiltz. Councilmember Hiltz. Councilmember Hiltz. You're muted.
Can we move on?
I saw her briefly come off mute. Councilmember Hiltz, I still have not heard your vote. Councilmember Hiltz, I saw you come off and on mute, or on and off mute, but I didn't hear it.
She's talking when you're talking. Can we come accommodate?
Councilmember Hiltz, I'm going to come back to you at the end, okay? Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
No.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs
Yes.
and Councilmember Hiltz.
She said her mute is turning
Yes.
on and off. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it's sorry. My mute's been toggling on and off without me, and it won't give me the option to send in the chat. It's grayed out. So I'm going to log off and back in.
Okay, but your vote is yes.
For the final one, yes.
Okay. This ordinance passes with a vote of 7-3. I have council members Bergen, Berzins, and Gruber voting no.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 16B?
Yes. 16A,
B.
Mayor.
I'm sorry, 16A.
16A. So we have a public hearing to do this evening for an annexation for Vista Creek. So Mayor, would you like to open the public hearing?
Public hearing is now open.
And staff presentation?
Please proceed.
Yeah, hi, this is Jacob Cox with the Office of Development Assistance. Good evening. So the item before you is an annexation of a 9.9 acre parcel located at the southwest corner of Gun Club and East 6th Avenue. City Council made a finding of substantial compliance regarding this annexation on September 21st, 2020. This parcel falls within the annexation boundary of the city and meets contiguity requirements. There are no formal development plans in process at this time in conjunction with this annexation request. Tonight's public hearing is the second step in a three-step process in which council conducts the public hearing, considers approval of the resolution, making a finding that the land is eligible for annexation, and considers introduction of the annexation ordinance. The initial zoning ordinance will be presented to City Council at a separate meeting following the annexation ordinance and findings of fact. We have included a memo regarding the mineral information as part of the commentary. Please note that the current property owner has indicated that they have no knowledge of any surface use agreement for this property. We're happy to answer any questions, and note that we do have some outside representatives available if there are any particular questions. Thank you.
Susan, it's procedurally, the next thing to do is do the public hearing, right?
We could do public comment. We do not have anyone calling in for this item.
Okay, questions by staff, questions by members of staff? Then public hearing is closed. A motion?
Mayor, we have two items under this, so we need to read the first title, which is the public hearing in consideration to approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Aurora, Colorado, making certain the findings of fact regarding the proposed annexation of parcel of land located in the northeast 1/4 of Section 12, Township 4, South Range 65 west of the 6th Prime Meridian, County of Arapahoe, State of Colorado.
Motion? Is there a motion?
Berzins.
Councilmember Berzins.
Thank you. I move to approve, what is it, 16A?
Yes.
It's been moved by Councilmember Berzins, seconded by
Bergen.
Councilmember Bergen to approve item number 16A. Discussion? See, done with the clerk, please call the roll on the adoption of item number 16A.
Councilmember Hiltz?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Coombs?
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo?
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson?
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner?
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston?
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber?
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen?
Yes.
And Councilmember Marcano?
Yes.
This item passes unanimously.
Will clerk now please read the title of item number 16B?
This is a consideration of an ordinance annexing a parcel of land located in the northeast 1/4 section of Section 12, Township 4, South Range 66 west of the 6th Prime Meridian in the northwest 1/4 section of 7, Township 4, South Range 65 of the 6th Prime Meridian, County of Arapahoe, State of Colorado.
Public hearing is now open.
There we already have done the public hearing can cover both items.
Okay. Public hearing is closed. Motion?
Mayor. Persons.
Councilmember Burzins.
Thank you. Move to approve 16B.
It's been moved by Councilmember Burzins to approve item number 16B, seconded by Seconded by Councilmember Gardner. All right. To approve item number 16B, discussion. Seeing none, will clerk please call the roll on the adoption of item number 16B?
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Burzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
And Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
This item passes unanimously as well.
Reconsiderations and call-ups. Councilmember Hiltz.
I believe we have a couple before me.
Okay.
Thank you. I do have one.
Okay.
Mayor, would you like to start with 17A?
Yeah, will the clerk please read the title of item number 17A?
17A is a reconsideration of a resolution 2020-22. This is a review of the powers granted to the city manager by that resolution.
Motion
Move to approve.
moved by Councilmember Gruber, seconded by
Second, Councilmember Murillo.
Councilmember Murillo to approve item number 17A. Discussion? By seeing none, will the clerk please read the roll on the adoption of item number 17A?
Councilmember Burzins.
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber.
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen. And Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
That item passes unanimously.
Will the clerk now please read the title of item number 17B?
17B, this is a call-up of a decision of the Planning and Zoning Commission, which was unanimously approved for an oil and gas location applied for by the GMT Exploration Company. The applicant has requested a continuance to December 21st.
Does that require a vote or is just any objection?
I believe it requires a vote.
And Mayor, if you would like to, this is Dan Money with City Attorney, open the hearing and then continue it with the vote to the requested date.
Open the hearing. I'm not clear what you mean.
Well, one method to do this, and this, I know that we have continued at the beginning of the agenda before, but how public hearings are many times continued is you open it, you continue it to the date that has been requested, and then that ensures like with the advertisement and so forth, that has been continued on the record. But I know that it's been done at the beginning of the agenda before, so I'll
So we already did it. We don't have to do it again, right? It's done.
I'm talking about on prior times. We've done it.
Okay. But we did this, didn't we already? Okay. I thought we already did this.
Mayor?
Continued a couple.
In the adoption of the agenda. Mayor Pro Tem Johnson?
Could we just move, could I move to continue
Okay.
the call up to December 21st as requested?
Second.
So been moved by Mayor Pro Tem Johnson, seconded by Councilmember Gruber to continue to December 7th.
21st, Mayor?
I'm sorry, December 21st?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's what the applicant requested.
Okay. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Gruber,
Yes.
Councilmember Marcano,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston,
Yes.
Councilmember Burzins,
Yes.
Councilmember Gardner,
Yes.
Councilmember Bergen,
Yes.
Councilmember Murillo,
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson,
Yes.
Councilmember Hiltz,
Yes.
and Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
And can I get some clarification? I believe the mayor gets to vote here from the attorney's office?
Yes. Mayor votes yes.
And yes, the mayor does get to vote.
Thank you. The next call-up item was an item that was tabled on August 17th for the Chapter 1475 to repeal Chapter 1475 breed restrictions by ordinance.
Mayor,
Councilmember Hiltz.
I move to take from the table the motion to approve item 11A from the August 17th council meeting to bring that back to study session on December 7th.
Motion.
Did I get that language right? For the attorneys.
Second.
That's fine. That's fine. We got it. Okay. It's been moved by Councilmember Hiltz, seconded by Councilmember Coombs. What's the motion again?
To untable the repeal conversation and bring it back to study session, which we tabled at a previous meeting as a council.
Very well. Discussion? Seeing
I
none.
can offer a why. I don't know if there's a lot of discussion to it. I just, now that we have the dangerous animal ordinance in place and we've seen what's happened in Denver, I just want to bring this back for a discussion at the next study session. We had originally tabled it because we weren't ready to have that conversation because we wanted to kind of separate this conversation from the larger Chapter 14. And now that we've gotten through Chapter 14, bring this back for a conversation.
Further discussion?
Yeah.
Councilmember Burzins.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I knew you were going to do this sooner or later, but when we were
3
talking
years.
about the dangerous dog ordinance, we were talking about putting it on the ballot for 21. So is that the conversation you want to have, or do you want to go around the voters?
Oh, I want to have a conversation about repealing it as a council.
Oh, so do you want to go around the voters?
And I believe the mayor has a different proposal, but I want to bring back the conversation to a study session and have that conversation with the full council.
Okay.
I've been very open for 3 years where I stand, but I'm just one person. But I do think that it's worth having that conversation now that we've gotten through the larger part of Chapter 14. That was the intent, was to have that conversation separately, and now we've done it, so let's have it.
Well, and I knew you were going to do it, but I do want to clear up what I heard tonight, because I've been dealing with the pit bull dog issue since 2005, and I think this is like the 5th time that we've gone through this. And I just wanted to clear up some of the callers. I wrote down some things that said BSL isn't working in Aurora. So I guess I want to know from our animal department how many people have been hurt recently, since we haven't allowed them in the city compared to before when they were allowed in the city, and maybe that can be put in our backup for the 7th. And then somebody said that council decided on the breed ban, and that's not true. The voters decided on the breed ban. It went to the voters. 64% of the voters said no. So I just wanted to clear that up. I don't know where they got that council decided. It was the voters that decided.
Further questions?
I think I can answer that for you. I think that's because it was originally implemented by council. I think originally, not talking 215, but we're talking originally. And I've long maintained that when it went to the ballot, the question said, do you want to ban pit bulls? But we don't ban pit bulls. We ban 3 specific breeds of dogs. And so that's a conversation we can have at study session. But I've brought that up before too, but I do want to have that conversation.
Okay.
I don't think that anything I'm going to say is going to be a surprise to anyone. You know, I've been talking about this since before I was on council. So, you know, speaking of beating dead horses, I'm not going to go around and around on what I've been saying for 3 years. But
you know, I won't either, because we get emails from all over the world, you know, and now that we're going to talk about this, your email inbox is going to, you know, blow up. But for those of you that do want to bring the dogs back, please, I know you probably already have your minds made up, but please read the articles, look at the pictures that people send you, because it does happen, you know, and what is a life worth? I don't know. So anyway, I just wanted to see what you had in mind, Councilmember Hills. Thank you.
nothing that comes as a surprise to you, I'm sure.
Further discussion on the motion?
Mayor,
Councilmember Coombs.
can we also have staff include information on the number of dogs that people report as pit bulls, and then how many of those dogs subsequently test as being 50% or more of the restricted breeds?
Very well. Further discussion?
Mayor.
Question on that.
I'm sorry, Councilmember Bergen? Okay.
Just on what Councilmember Coombs requested. So are you requesting for because it's restricted currently in the city of Aurora. So would we have stats on that?
On people calling in and saying their neighbor has a pit bull, and then how many of those dogs actually are 50% or more of the restricted breeds. Yep.
Mayor.
Councilmember McConnell.
Thank you, sir. I'd also like to know how much we spend in terms of staff time and pay dealing with those issues, and how much our residents have to pay for DNA testing.
Further discussion?
Mayor, I'd like to know how many of the dogs are actually chipped, have an ID chip, and have that included too, as far as the overall population of dogs within the city.
Very well. Further discussion? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the motion. With the staff, please call the roll.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes.
I'm sorry, was that a yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Councilmember Hiltz.
An enthusiastic yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Berzins.
An enthusiastic no.
Councilmember Gruber.
Also a no.
Councilmember Gardner.
Yes.
Mayor Kaufman.
Yes, for purposes of discussion, but I do believe that it needs to go back to the voters.
Councilmember Bergen.
No.
Councilmember Murillo.
Yes.
And Councilmember Marcano.
Yes.
That item comes back with a vote of 8-3, and we will tentatively plan that for the December 7th study session.
Very well, let's see. General business reports. No report. Mayor Pro Tem Johnson.
Thank you. I just wanted to say we had a good turnout for our first Lunch and Learn mental wellness workshop or a little break on Wednesdays. It's happening in the next, it happened last week on Veterans. Thank you, Councilmember Gruber, for being there, and other council members who were there that I may have missed. This week, we're going to be talking about caring for seniors. It's just a half an hour. We have a WebEx. The City of Aurora is one of the sponsors. It's 12:15 to 12:45. Please just take a few moments each week to invest in some mental wellness issues. So, and for that, that's all that I have to report. Thanks.
Councilmember Lawson.
Yes, I just want to thank Chief Wilson and also Chief Gray for attending my public safety session for the Civic Engagement Academy, and for George Adams, Brandon Camarada, Mindy Parnes, Andrea Amaneg, Vanessa Irving, and Jeffrey Moore for coming to last Thursday's Civic Engagement Academy. I appreciate you doing your presentations. We got a lot of good information on that. So thank you. It's very well appreciated.
Councilmember Hiltz.
No report, but thank you.
Councilmember Gruber.
I'd like to give another shout out to Buckley Air Force Base and the mission there. When you have a lot of warehouses, it's very difficult to understand what's really going on. It's important for the city to know that Buckley Air Force Base is the only place in the world where every missile launch is reported to. So whether or not it's an intercontinental ballistic missile, whether or not it's a Scud missile, wherever that missile is, it's reported to Buckley Air Force Base, and then Buckley Air Force Base takes action, passing that up to the Pentagon, to the president if need be, to Canada or other coalition partners. So it's a very, very important mission. 50 years ago this month, they had the first launch of the first satellite, and that's a really big deal. If we weren't in COVID, this would have been a major celebration in the city.
Councilmember Gardner.
No report.
Councilmember Murillo.
I have my last town hall of the year this Thursday, the 19th at 6 p.m. And I hope to see you there. Thanks.
Councilmember Berzins.
No report.
Councilmember Marcano.
Thank you, Mayor. So we do have a town hall on Thursday, November 19th at 6:30. We're going to be talking about The Point. At 9 Mile, we're going to be talking about economic development and housing first. So I hope you'll join us. We have some great presentations lined up for you.
Councilmember Coombs.
Yes, we have our Ward 5 Town Hall tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. and we will have Dave Patterson from Falck to present on programs that they're working on implementing and the services they provide. We'll also have police and fire department representatives present to answer any questions about public safety issues. I also want to thank our service members from the Space Force and Air Force that came out to volunteer with getting the yard graveled at the emergency shelter. It was a pleasure to work alongside them and talk to them when they came out on Veterans Day to provide that service for the community. And many of them also expressed an interest in ongoing support for our unhoused population. And I just want to thank Councilmember Marcano, who came out and helped during the time that he was available to do so as well. And then I want to make sure that we acknowledge that this is Transgender Awareness Week and that this Friday, November 20th, is the Transgender Day of Remembrance.
Councilmember Bergen.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just quickly, I have my town hall this Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. and we'll have a presentation on roads, a lot of questions on who pays for roads and how they come about. And then fire fees will be also presentation by the fire department, and then general updates. It should be listed on the website, also my Facebook page, and sent emails out to constituents.
Public invited to be heard.
Mayor, can I thought of something else. Could I add something else?
Oh, please.
Okay. I want to tell you that we lost a very nice lady this week.
yes.
Her name was Peggy Kearns.
Wow.
She's one of the reasons I ran for office. She showed me how easy it looked.
Yeah.
But let me say that she was on city council from 83 to 88. And she was a member of our budget committee. She ran for the legislature in 88 and stayed there until 97. She was the first Democrat woman elected from Aurora. She worked for the National Conference of State Legislatures. She retired and just a year ago moved to Douglas County to be near her daughter and grandkids, and she truly loved Aurora. She believed in the people of Aurora, and we will miss her. She was, like I said, a fine lady and very passionate about service to Aurora.
Very extraordinary. Thank you for bringing that up. I served with her in the State House, and as a small business owner in Aurora in the 1980s, interfaced with her quite a bit. And she was, I think, an extraordinary leader for the city of Aurora.
Right.
Public invited to be heard?
Yes, Mayor, we have a few more this evening, so we'll go ahead and turn it over to that staff.
First is Amy Sharp.
Hi, this is Amy Sharp. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm Amy Sharp. Proudly, we've been one of the first transportation companies for business to business here in the entire state of Colorado. We have proudly poised ourselves to always be in the position for business to consumer. Myself, I am a cannabis patient. I suffer from a rare condition, and I believe strongly patients and consumers on a recreational basis, they deserve the right to have cannabis delivered to their home. We haven't even touched on COVID, the safety of COVID, what's coming up with COVID. How are we going to get these patients their medicine? How are we going to safely get the consumers their right to have delivery to them? So I am here to speak about delivery for business to consumer. As I said, we have paved the way. We have been one of the first transporters, and we feel that we can safely, discreetly, compliantly deliver products. And we also believe strongly that it should be delivered across different jurisdictions. Native Roots should have the right to deliver to Aurora. Aurora delivery services should have the right to, or cannabis should have the right to deliver to other jurisdictions. So that is our stance, and we just want to make that known that we do this safely, we do this discreetly, and we know that we can bring our model to the masses in the right way and do this the right way. So thank you so much for this consideration and for your time tonight.
All right, next up is Mary Murdaugh.
Hello, council members. I thank you for your time and the hard work that you guys put in. But once again, I've sat online for 2.5 hours, and I wanted to make a statement on the BSL before it was tabled again. So I'm going to speak it anyway. I'm speaking on behalf of a family member of mine that has improved my life. And yes, she is a boxer pit bull mixed, which everybody will tell you on the street are banned in this city. She works as my service dog. She goes everywhere with me. She is an advocate for her breed. I don't know what else you guys can ask. You spent millions of dollars banning them, restricting them, taking them away from families when they should have been there. So once again, I'll be sitting on that phone line on the 6th of December to see what you have to say. Thank you.
Mayor.
I think that's
yes.
on the line.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that the next meeting for the caller on the line is on the 7th.
Very well. Please proceed with.
I want to make sure that she's on the right day.
Please proceed.
Mayor, that concludes public invited to be heard for the evening.
Very well. Thanks, everybody. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.